Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome to Red Wine Talking. My name is Cheryl Ann, otherwise known as Red Wine, and I wanted to start off by wishing all of you a happy 2021. I haven't been on here for the entire year. And I am a little bit nervous because I don't have my techie guy here with me. I'm going solo because he's busy at work, my hubby. So I'm going to try to handle everything on my own. I want to introduce myself. My name is Cheryl Ann, last name Marshall, originally known as a Balboza, and I go by the name of Red Wine for social media purposes. And I usually come on here to talk about sexual and sexy conversations. And I happen to look at a Netflix series called Bridgerton, and I've been obsessed ever since. I started looking at it from about midnight one night, and I did not sleep that night because I had to watch every last living episode. And ever since then, I've been obsessed. That's all I want to talk about because it's all about love stories. It's the sex scenes were pretty hot and steamy, and I really enjoyed each and every one of them. I love all the characters. I felt like if the series was perfectly cast, each actor slash actress played their part perfectly. I can't find a fault. I cannot find a fault with the series, and I'm not one for episodic television, but let me tell you, I am hooked. I've been watching bits and pieces over and over again, and I want to be able to sit down and watch the whole thing all over again. So for those of you guys that don't know, Bridgerton on Netflix, you have to check it out if you're into love stories, if you're into relationships, if you're into sex, you have to check it out. If you're into hot men, if you're into that kind of thing, you should definitely check it out. You should definitely check it out. So I want to make sure that I see everyone who's on here. Give me a minute, okay? Because remember, I don't have my techie guy, and I might be here. And hi, Colin. Welcome, Colin. Let me see if I can see if we are live. Let me see. I mean, we have to be if I have viewers, right? So let's see if I can see where it is. Let me check my phone because it doesn't look like if I can see it from my surface. So let's see. Let's see. Welcome, guys, each and every one of you. In the meantime, welcome. Very much welcome. Yes, I do see me. I see me. Thank you so much for joining, each and every one of you. So I put out a little promo video, and I talked a little bit about burning for someone. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Andrea. Yeah, I went and I did it myself. Thank you. I went in the bathroom and I put a little bit of curls. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, I know a lot of us are hot on Simon in Bridgerton because he's hot. And the way he portrays his role is even hotter because he's so sensitive and he's so in tune with Daphne's feelings as much as he's going through his own personal trials and tribulations that he had to live through his growing years. I also want to get deep into the sex scenes and the relationship that they developed together. Hi Adila, welcome. Hi Miranda, welcome. I feel like my glasses is dirty. Yes, when he said that he burned for her, your Juliet started to feel so warm, Miranda. Let me tell you guys something. Now that you've said that, Miranda, I started to watch this series with my husband, okay? And we watched 2 episodes, and then we decided to go into bed and go to sleep and watch it another time. But I decided, you know what, I'm gonna have to watch at least 1 more episode, and I tried to get him to stay up with me, and he did not. And I did watch the episode without him, and honestly, after that episode, I could not stop. I had to keep watching because I wanted to know what happened. Not just because Simon is hot, and he is, but I love a love story. I love a love story, and I just couldn't wait to see what was happening. The Duke, Andrea, oh my God, Your Grace. I can refer to him as Your Grace at any point in given time, okay? Where did they find this man? He's only 30 years old. I feel like such a cradle robber. I feel like such a cougar. But this man is so fine and so hot and so sweet in the way that he handles Daphne in the relationship. Like, he treats her with such respect and with so much grace and understanding. I will never forget when he said to her, "Did you touch yourself like I told you?" And oh my goodness, I was like, wow. He was so gentle with her on the wedding night. He was so sweet with her on the wedding night. And she portrayed her role so perfectly as well. Because when he asked her that about touching herself like he told her, and he asked her to do it again, she was like, I can't. And she was so innocent about it. And it's so true, because it's something that's so innocent, right? It's something that you can't really share with any and everyone. And I just think that they all portrayed their roles so appropriately that I can watch each and every scene again and again and again. Miranda, back to when he said, "I burned for you," she could not understand it. And yes, I did feel that burning, tingling sensation between my legs as well when he said it. So he said, "I burned for you," and she really didn't understand it, but she kind of realized, like, right after he said it. And then she admitted that she burned for him too, because you remember, she was definitely burning for him, because in the boxing match, when he was taking off his shirt and she was looking at his muscles, she was burning for that man. She was burning for him. And then when he was licking the spoon, remember? Wow. Those were some pretty hot scenes. Not forgetting the time that he kissed her for the first time in the garden. Oh my goodness. And then he was just like trying to raise up her dress, the beautiful dresses that they wore in those times. The costumes were like, wow, amazing. I want to put on one of those dresses. I want to put on the gloves, and I want to have my hubby pull off the gloves finger by finger. I want that. I told him I want that, because that was such a turn on. Such a turn on. Yes. She took all of that Romeo she did like a champ, for a virgin, for a virgin. But guess what? She must have been so soaked wet that he must have been able to slide through without an issue, because there was so much mental stimulation before that she had to be like 100% ready for when he went inside of her. Had to be ready. Yes, the dancing, Rhonda. I honestly feel like I want to learn some of those dances, and I want to be able to go on a dance floor. I thought about Paul, Andrea, when they were dancing, and I'm like, wow, does Paul know how to dance like this? And the dancing, it was such a turn on. The dancing was foreplay. I felt like the dancing was foreplay to the moment that they actually had the sex that they did. Yeah, she is a pro. She was definitely a pro. I remember all too well too on the wedding night, like I used those words to promote my live tonight, when she got upset, when he was trying to explain to her how he felt and she didn't understand, and then he got like upset and she said, well, why do you have to be so angry and bothered and flushed? And then he was like, yes, I'm flushed because I burned for you. And I was like, oh my God, that's the perfect way to say it. When you burn for someone, when you're dying to just kiss them and touch every part of their body, and just eventually for it to lead into his Romeo, into your Juliet. Like it's one of those moments that I always cherish forever with each relationship that I've had, because it's such a turn on. Foreplay is so important, mental and physical foreplay. It is so important. Yes, the hairstyles. The hairstyles. I didn't know if I liked her bangs, Daphne's bangs. I felt like they were a little bit short, and I wasn't sure how to feel about it. But she was such a perfect actress in her role that I totally sidestepped that. I didn't have to think about it. Teresa, the Duke burned for her, and we are all burning for him. Yes, yes, yes. Have any one of you all ventured into the little bit of clips where he's being interviewed by different people on social media or in the news? Have you checked him out? Because I had to check him out outside of the actual series, because I want to know what type of person he is. He was born in 1990. I cannot find anywhere what month he is, because you guys know, anyone who know me, they know that I'm big on horoscopes. I'm big on what your birthday is, to try and figure out what type of characteristics you have. I haven't been able to find that anywhere, like what month was he born in. And then another time he also said that when someone asked him about what's his best date night, and he said wrapped up at home with a book. And then that person asked him, well, with a book and who else? And he said, oh, the book is all it takes. And I was like, oh my God, he's too perfect. He's too perfect. There's no information out there as to who he's dating, if he's dating someone. And then I thought to myself, oh my God, I wonder if he's gay. And I thought to myself, wow, will someone be able to change his mind on that? And is he dating someone, you know, whoever it is, if he's happy, man or woman? And then I also thought to myself, well, whether or not he's having a relationship with Daphne. Her name is Phoebe in real life, and I thought about that, and I was like, wow. They asked him, and he was very he didn't give a yes no in response to whether or not he was dating Phoebe / Daphne, which made me think, wow, are they dating? And when I see her talk about him, like in clips about the show, she seems so smitten. She seems very smitten, and I think to myself, well, who is not? Who is not smitten with this man? you would be like cold and blind not to be smitten with this reggae Jean Page dude, otherwise known as Simon in the series. So yeah, yeah. You are a reader, Sandy Johnston Batson. So you guys do have something in common. I'm a reader as well, but I haven't had time to read much because a lot of my reading is being done on social media. Yes, Vanessa, smitten is an understatement. But remember, I have to be good because I have a husband. I can't come out right and say, oh my God, I'm hot for this guy. I cannot, because honestly, I am hot for my husband. Oh my God, let me have some red wine. I don't even have him here to tell me if I've gone over my allotted time. I don't. But smitten is a perfect word. So much that talking about smitten, my daughter and I have been talking about speaking in the language, the English language that they speak, and I love it. Like, I want to be able to form certain sentences like that because I think it's very sensual. I think it's very sexual the way they speak. I truly believe that. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, I have the perfect husband, Vanessa. I totally do. So I don't know why Simon decided to appear on my screen to basically throw me off. I don't understand it. But between you and me and everyone else that's on this live, my hubby and I have a really great relationship where we do understand that there are people that will come into our lives that we will be attracted to, whether it's on screen or off screen. I would prefer that it's people that are on screen as opposed to off screen that he's attracted to, and myself, so that we don't get into trouble, because let's not forget we are only human. But I always say that with those attractions, it's up to you to decide whether or not you're going to leave it right there or whether or not you're going to act upon it. So that we also have to be very careful about. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Stephanie Steele, Simon. Where did they find him? I dug him up. I started stalking him. He's from Zimbabwe. I think he grew up in London. I really wish if I could find out what his sign is, because it's driving me crazy. It is totally driving me crazy. Yes, Simon, and I love his name, Simon, and I do like that name Daphne for her as well. I like Daphne. I love them both. I love that whole relationship. Did anybody notice that the sex scenes between Sienna and Anthony were also hot? Like, throw up against the wall hot. Like, spread her legs wide open hot. Like aggressive hot. And I do like that aggressive sex as well, which I've talked about in my previous shows. I do like it a lot. So I did like the sex scene between Anthony and Sienna as well. It hurt my heart when Sienna told him that he had to let her go, but I know that he did. And I cried with her. I totally cried with her. Talking about sex scenes, I also wanted to bring up the sex scene between Daphne and Simon when they were on the stairs and he was between her legs. His face was between her legs. One, I was very excited to know that they were still having sex, because this was after the fact when they decided that they had to go their separate ways. I did like that scene a lot, and that scene was a huge turn on for me. Also, it says later part of January he is born. Oh, it did? Which means later part of January, which means he is either an Aquarian or Pisces. Wow. Both of them are very sensitive. Aquarius and Pisces, very sensitive, which explains why he's so perfect in that role. Yes. Yes, Vanessa, you could get into trouble listening to me right now. Rhonda, I looked as well. Apparently, I didn't look hard enough. Aquarian, Teresa? Wow, those Aquarians are deep. They're deep. My little brother is an Aquarian, and my very, very first attraction, well, not first attraction, but first deep conversationalist was an Aquarian. He and I would talk for hours on the phone, and he and we became really close friends back in the day. And I can see that with with Simon, otherwise known as Reggae Jean Page. I can see that friendship that I can possibly have with him. I can totally see that. My husband might not allow it, but you know, marriage comes first. Let's not forget, marriage comes first. My hubby comes before everyone else, totally. Even though he might say that J-Lo might come before me or Halle Berry might come before me, I would smack him. But we all have those on-screen crushes and those on-screen attractions. I think it's only healthy for us to have those. The off-screen ones could be very tricky, like I said, but the on-screen ones, I think it's okay because you know you can never go there. You know you can never go there. So, how long have I been on? Do I need to come off? Oh my goodness. I also want to talk about, I don't have my hubby here to give me the countdown. I also want to talk about the advice that was being given to Daphne by her mom. I thought that was so touching, especially since after Daphne had said to her mom that she felt like she should have prepared her for the real world, and she did not, because she just had those trite remarks. And finally her mom gave her some true and sound advice when she was talking about her own relationship with her hubby, which was Daphne's father. And she said to Daphne, you choose love. You choose love each and every day. That the trials are going to be there. There's no way you can avoid the trials, but you wake up each and every day and you choose love. You choose love. It's a choice you make. As much as you might be in love with the person already, the trials and the tribulations that come with it, it actually gives you reason to doubt what is it that you have with this person. But you have to remember that the love comes first and foremost. The commitment comes as a priority, and that's something that we all have to realize when you're in a relationship, when you're in a marriage, that comes first. So I also wanted to talk about the garden scene. I keep going back to the sex scene. It's the garden scene when they were out in the garden with the picnic. I hated the fact that he was pulling out before he could actually come, but I understood why, and I loved when she asked him, does that hurt? Does that hurt when you pull out? I love when she asked him that. And then when she finally realized, oh my goodness, I think he might be doing this not to give me a child. And then she went and she asked her the person in the chambers, and she asked her, how do you have a child? How do you conceive a child? And she said, no embarrassment. And she told her, and then she realized, and then Daphne decided, I'm so hurt. Well, first of all, she was very hurt, very, very hurt and upset about it for a couple of days, it looks like. And then she decided, I'm gonna jump on top this time, and I'm gonna make sure that you come inside of me for all of the deceit, for all of the betrayal, because you told me that you couldn't have children, and when in truth and in fact it was because you did not want them. It's because you made up your mind that you weren't going to have them. So I loved every bit of the storyline. it has excited me to a point where I cannot even begin to tell you. It excited me because my light is gone. Hi guys, let me see if I can get it back. It excited me because I love a good love story. I love the fact that that Shonda Rhimes portrayed this so well. She's, oh my God, she's excellent. She is a one of a kind. You watched it twice, Rhonda? I watched it twice too, but the second time I didn't watch all of it. I've been watching bits and pieces of it. But I definitely want to watch more. I definitely want to watch more. I want to watch some more bits and pieces, and I want to get more acquainted, because I know that I must have missed a bunch of little things, and I feel like if that's gonna draw me even closer, like if I can even be any closer to these characters in this Bridgerton show. Let's see what Miranda has said. I love the scene where he just emptied his true self and told her he didn't know how to be who she deserved. Oh my God, Miranda, you're so right. You're so right. I can't wait for the next season either. And that he wasn't enough. Yes, Miranda, I did like that a lot as well. She assured him that he was enough, and that was so sexy. Yes, it was, because she assured him that you don't have to be perfect, and that she was tired of pretending to love him. She was tired of pretending, and that she did love him. I mean, that after the rain scene was, oh my goodness, I can watch that scene over and over again. And he just sat there and listened, and she told him that she read the letters, and that he didn't have to be perfect for her to love him, and how much she loved him, and how much he was worthy of love. I think that's one of the reasons why he allowed her to basically take control in that last sex scene that they had, and he finally came inside of her, and she finally conceived, and now they have a baby. I cannot wait either, Rhonda. I really cannot wait. That series has me so turned on. FYI, ladies and gentlemen, during that whole series that I watched overnight, that I binge watched and I did not sleep that night, I had at least 4 orgasms. At least. I may be missing one. I had 4 orgasms. That being said, I'm not going to get into detail of that. I can get into the details of that in my later show. No problem getting into the details then. But 4 orgasms at least during that series. And that being said, Simon/Reggae Jean Page, his orgasmic face, his face is perfect. Perfect for the scenes, for the sexual scenes that they do. Oh my God, such a turn on, such a turn on. I really can't wait to see more. I've heard a lot of different things from people that have read the books. I joined a few groups on Facebook so that I can keep track of it, because it's such a sexual show. It's such a loving show. It's a show about relationships and sex and love stories in that 1800 era, and I can't wait to see some more. And I wanted to open up my 2021 show with one of those, because it has made such an impact on each and every one of us. So I gotta wrap up. I really have to wrap up. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for joining me. I want you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I don't know how long Facebook is gonna allow me to do sexual shows on here. I feel like if they're gonna cut me out because the sex is not something that everybody vibes with. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, Red Wine Talking. Look for me on Instagram. Instagram has been giving me some problems as well, giving me a little bit of a problem. So I don't know if I'll be able to go on Instagram either, because I can get pretty sexual and I can get pretty hot with the way that I talk. So look for me on my YouTube channel as well. You wanna follow me on my page, Red Wine Talking. You wanna follow me on Instagram, but don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I may just have to go on there to talk about all this sex, and that might be my only platform that I will be able to do that. So thank you so much for vibing with me. All of you sexy people, I like that you appreciate this. I'm very much appreciative of your communication and your contributions. I want to wish each and every one of you a happy 2021. And I know that we are unified in the condemnation of the insurrection on U.S. Capitol. And I want us to pray for all of us, each and every one of us, for the next year, because it looks like it's going to be crazy. It looks like it's going to be crazy, just like 2020, maybe even more crazy. So just remember to say your prayers daily and put your faith in the man above. And just thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for keeping me company. Love to all of you. Mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Kisses and hugs, and take care of your loved ones. Be there for your loved ones. Check in, because you don't know what everybody's going through. Kindness is the best thing ever. So do it. Just be kind. Take good care, everyone. I love you all. Mwah. Kisses and hugs, and until next time when I pop into your lives. Ciao for now. Thank you for being here.